All right, let's break this one down. We're in the key of B flat minor. Actually, the first three chords are really B flat minor, but we changed the bass note for each bar from B flat down to A flat to G flat, which is all over a B flat minor chord basically, even though the third bar says G flat major 7. G flat major 7 is essentially B flat minor chord triad with a G flat in the bass. Okay, in the fourth bar, we kind of resolve it a bit and go to that F and then to the F7 to kind of get us back to the B flat minor at the top of the phrase. But we feature here the way Jamerson used the root and the fifth, you know. You know, just the root and the five, he made a lot of music with just that interval, just with those two notes, you know. You know, the way he pivoted between the root and the five, you know, that was kind of a characteristic Jamerson thing. So he sets that up at the top of this phrase with the B flat minor chord, and he goes root to five, starts on the quarter note. Those first four notes are just all root to the fifth. So B flat, F, B flat. Then we kind of use an open note, like open A, which he can get away with that because he had the mute going on just like I have with this Nordstrand mute back here. You could put anything back here like a sock or piece of foam. This is more of a device designed for that, you know, by Kerry Nordstrand, so that it retains the tuning. It doesn't like the intonation. So you could find other ones like this that are specifically made for it that are more geared to helping the bass not to sound out of tune and that kind of thing. So Jamerson had that going on with his tailpiece mute back here, so he could use those open strings as kind of rhythm devices. So that's what happens here. He uses the open A, you know, that kind of thing. Or you can use the fretted B flat on beat 3 if you want. But like I said, it's easy to use those open notes, especially when you have some kind of mute going on. You know, much less movement going on. So, but the main thing there is that root 5. You know, you got the chromatic thing that kind of leads us to the A flat, but he sets up the groove with the, you know, and then we go to A flat bass in the next chord. He also does like a root to 5, root 5th kind of movement there in that second bar. So he goes, he uses some syncopated rhythms in there too that really spices up, you know, that kind of thing. But that's all root in the 5th, you know, only those two notes. Now he does throw in that open A, you know, as a kind of a tension note in there to just kind of, you know, give it a little more vibe. You know, but other than that, it's just the root and the 5th, those two notes in that whole bar. But like I said, the way you use rhythms, you know, to change things up, it livens up the bass line. So again, he uses that same motif in bar 3, the root 5th that he already set up in bar 1, same kind of vibe. So he returns to that. And in bar 4, the last bar, it kind of resolves to that F chord. He kind of makes that F, that first F dominant, even though it's not, because he kind of plays an E flat there. So he plays a F, pushes the F to the E flat, which he kind of ghosts the E flat really. You don't really hear the note so much of the E flat. He kind of does that kind of thing. And then on beat 2, he has, which is kind of similar, kind of starts on the root and goes down to the lower F, kind of ghosts the E. So he has a couple different kind of ghost notes in there that he uses those dead strings that you really can't tell what the note is. But he has that on beat 2. And here he has like a pivoting kind of ghosted note. You know, where he's walking up to to the major third, but he's using that open A to kind of pivot. E and up for and. That kind of thing. A lot of genius in there. So let's try to play this one nice and slow. I'll count you in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there you go.